First, I would like to ask you what your background is.
Okay, my background in terms of work experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I have a degree in physics. But then I started working in IT as a support tech support, and then gradually I moved into cybersecurity, which is GRC to be specific. And then I switched to cloud engineering. So I did training in AWS cloud, and then I switched to cloud engineering. Yeah, but so far, with the AI and everything going on in the world right now, and everybody, data is one of the most important thing. So I got an interest in learning about AI and machine learning and everything. So that's why I started the program in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool. That's an interesting background for sure. And so, are you doing this program to just kind of accelerate your career?
Yeah, so I'm
Or...
actually doing a career change because I was laid off. My contract got ended, and then they didn't renew my contract. So currently, I'm actually looking for a job, and then at the same time learning this to see if I could, change my career and do something different from what I've done before.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, good on you for continuing your education to try to advance your career. That's great.
So far, so
For
good.
sure. Yeah. So, how are your courses going?
Yeah. So Ravi has been my the trainer. Ravi has been awesome. It's been a very interesting experience with him. He breaks it down very well. The concepts are, he tries to make it very as simple as as possible for me to understand it. And then we also do a lot of projects. Do a lot of industrial something that has to do with the industry and everything. So um, overall, I would say I have had a very good experience with Ravi. He gives me a lot of projects to work on after each topic, and then I go ahead and do a lot of um, on work on that. So I said your network was bad, so been a good experience with Ravi. The way he breaks down the concepts and then gives me project to work on after each topic. Gives me a lot of projects to work on, so which keeps me gives me the practical example of how things are done out there and how you know yeah, I work on projects which is really helpful because of the more projects I work is more practical, because I get to do the project myself and I send it to him, and then he oversees the project and gives me any feedback on things that I'm not working on very well. But then overall, I'll say it's been a very good experience.
Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, no, it's so good to get that hands-on knowledge. So I'm glad that's been really helpful for you. We really try to focus on having that kind of hands-on knowledge so you could be ready to be placed into those positions. So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you elaborate on what's been going well?
Overall, I would say everything, right? We started with understanding the basics of Python, and then we moved into the Python basics, like NumPys, the Pandas, MATLabs, and Matplotlibs, and then Seaborn, right? And now we started Power BI recently. So basically, the fact that like I said, doing every topic, going through series of examples, breaking them down, doing series of examples, projects, understanding how it works and how to apply it in the industry, right? Having examples in like banking sector, health sector, working with different data types, it has been really very helpful. Yeah, so that is what I would say. Um, well, that's one of the reasons why I say this is really going well, because I get a lot of practical projects to do work on, and then I have different data types to also work on. It gives me different experience in a different industry.
Oh, okay. That's great. Well, I'm so glad that you're feeling like you're getting the experience that you need. That's awesome. And do you feel comfortable with the instructor?
Oh yes, very, very comfortable with Ravi. Ravi is really good. I like the way he takes his time to, break things down. If I have any difficulties or to understand anything, he breaks it, simplifies it, right, and makes it practical for me to understand it, and that has been very, very helpful. Yeah, so yeah, I really love the fact that I'm working with Ravi.
Oh, that's great. For sure. I'm glad to hear that he's a good instructor for sure. And and is there anything that you would suggest for the courses to make them better?
Um, Not really. I like the way the process that we're going through, right? Because I know I do some research on, data analysis and data science and how the courses are being presented. And then the way we are working through it is exactly what I see out there, right? Understanding Python basics, understanding Python operations and everything, and then Power BI, and then SQL, before you're not going to machine learning. So that's the approach that he's using, and that is also what I've seen out there. So um, I think everything is moving on fine right now. There is really nothing I want to change. I like the way things are going. So for me, I don't think there's anything I want to change.
Oh, okay, great. And if you were to rate Sky States from 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
Yeah, so far, based on what I've experienced so far, I'm going to give it a 9 because I have to keep the one point for myself, but then I'll give it a 9. So yeah, but
For sure.
I have actually put that on my LinkedIn profile, and also I've spoken to some of my friends about it, right? About the course. Shibon, who's my relationship manager, has also spoken to a couple of my friends, right? So yeah, I've referred a lot of people so far since I started.
Mhm. Oh, great. Well, thanks so much for those referrals. We appreciate it. We're really trying to help people advance their careers and get to where they want to be in their careers. So that makes us really happy.
Yeah, thank you for that as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so it sounds like you have recommended us to a few people, which I appreciate. Could you say why you would recommend us?
Yeah, because of the way the program is running, right? Especially the one-on-one, right? Ravi, like I said, Ravi has really been a good teacher or trainer. I've had trainings that I've attended before, like I said, when I did my AWS training. I also recommended the guy because he was really good. Same thing I'm doing right now, recommending Sky States to people as well because of how well the classes have been run. So that's why I'm referring people to Sky State.
For sure, yeah. And could you elaborate on what is going well with that besides maybe just the hands-on work that you've already mentioned, or?
Yeah, so the timing, the way the classes have been taken, right? Ravi's always on time. And then the projects, right? Like I mentioned earlier, the fact that, you get to do hands-on projects yourself, and then, you get that practical experience of, industrial, what's happening out there in the industry. So yeah, that is exactly what it, makes me feel like because you're getting ready to be placed out there, and then when you get into the you get a job, you already have done a lot of projects that you can talk about in your resume, in your interview, and everything. So it's a very good way of um, you know training because that gives you practical example of what to say when you're having interviews and things to put in your resume when you're looking for a job.
For sure, yeah, no, definitely. That's one of our benefits is that we also help people with the whole part of with their LinkedIn and their resume. So I'm really glad that's been beneficial as well.
Mhm.
For sure. Yeah, and did you have any other comments or anything else you'd like to mention?
No, not really. All I'll say is that you guys are doing a great job, right? Great trainers. Ravi has been awesome. I don't know about any other person, but at least Ravi has been awesome. And I will say good job to you guys. Now you guys should continue doing what you're doing. And I believe that a lot of people are going to benefit, if they take the opportunity to, take the classes with Sky State.